Hey guys, it's Tarot and Beyond. Today's reading is what you need to know right now. So thank you again for excusing the audio quality. I am waiting on a new adapter to come in the mail, and that should be here by this weekend. So today we have 3 options to choose from. I didn't pre-select any images. I think I'll just put numbers for them, and they'll correspond to the piles that I have pre-prepared, because shuffling on camera without my separate microphone is a bit loud, I noticed in my last video. So hopefully this one's not going to be so loud. All right, so we've got the 3 options, 1, 2, and 3. Make your selection and use the timestamps in the description box or the chapters below to jump ahead to your chosen reading or readings, and we'll see you there. All right, hi group 1, welcome to your reading. You guys chose this pile of cards, so let's go ahead and find out what you got here. The Anointed. Okay, so answering the call, leadership, empowerment, and soul gifts are what Spirit is wanting to talk about today. So let's get some more information. The Sun. Enjoyment, joy, life force, success, vitality, and play. Soul gifts through play is what I'm seeing right away. Soul gifts through play. Okay. Serendipity. So luck and alignment. Spirit's calling you to embrace your natural soul expression, which is what gets you into alignment, and that's what helps you to experience more luck in your life and more vitality, more success, increased life force energy, vitality. Yeah, this could be in a leadership position or a position where you're empowering other people by speaking up or using your soul gifts or sharing your talents or creating something, or yeah, like taking your power and using it, basically. Imagine what you could create. Like, I'm feeling such beautiful, talented, creative energy from you guys, group number 1, and Spirit's calling you up. They keep saying calling you up to the big leagues. And they're playing that song in my head, Batter Up by Nelly. Now we're up in the big leagues, and it's my turn at bat. There ain't nothing wrong with that. Hey, batter up. Like, you guys are up to bat in some way here, and I feel like it's going to be in a leadership position, or you're kind of being put into a higher position. You know what they just drew my attention to? The fact that in these 2 cards, both of these people are holding something by a string, and in this one, it's like you're letting luck pull you upward. And in this one, it's like you're pulling the moon down to you. So there's some kind of a thread of fate is what I'm seeing. That's what the string feels like. It's like a thread of fate. They said thread of destiny, but the thread is usually, I associate that with like the threads of fate. So it's interesting that they've chosen destiny instead. Okay. You have let it go. Maybe there's something that you're holding on to. They showed me the word vintage, something from the past that's ready to let go of so that things can balance out. Rest is best, they just said. Yeah, rest is best, because you're going to be embracing some new level of gift. It feels like there's an integration phase, group number 1. And that's why they want you to just kind of like rest, relax, enjoy, increase your vitality. That's going to increase your luck. You're going to be able to really anchor some big visions or dreams that you've had for your life. And you're going through an activation right now with the Anointed. Yeah, you're going through an activation, and that's why they just want you to let go of anything that is red. It's like it's time to go. Yeah. The 3 of Emotions. You know, it's funny because when I said the threads of fate, what I was picturing in my head was the 3 fates, you know, from Greek mythology. And then we have these 3 women here. And it's like the triple moon goddess, but I'm seeing them almost as like the 3 fates. The 3 witches. Interesting. I wonder what that's about. That could be some kind of a synchronicity or symbolic in some way. High Priestess. Yeah, this is definitely about like witch magic, they said. They said don't even call it witchcraft, it's just magic. So this is your magic. This is what creates luck. This is where you can have visions as well. Like the imagination is not just for creating, you know, fantasies. It's where we can pull in information. It's where we can express and create our reality. Like the imagination is so much more than just dreaming or visualizing or thinking or creating things. It's really like a source of extra dimensional reality is the best way that I can describe it. The Five of Wands. Okay. The Hermit. I don't know. I feel group number one that you are being called up to bat, and maybe this is going to take a lot is what that's what it feels like. It's like this is going to take a lot, and maybe there's some hesitancy here at this new level of responsibility when it comes to being your divine expression, to shining your light, to embodying your gift. They keep saying speaking your truth. And you've got the Five of Wands here, which feels like, you know, like there's multiple batters that are trying to vie for a spot at the plate. And I just feel like you're going to hit a home run, group number one. I don't know what it is you're doing, but they're showing me somebody hitting a home run, and they just gave me Babe Ruth. Did Babe Ruth hit home runs? I'm not super into baseball. I don't know. So I don't know what's up with these baseball analogies. Maybe there's, again, some kind of a synchronicity or clues, puzzle pieces, breadcrumbs that they're giving you in regard to that. But with the Hermit here and the High Priestess, I feel like you've kind of been behind the scenes working on something, group number one, something that has been a source of enjoyment for you, something that felt like play, maybe something that you were creating behind the scenes. But it's like there's something that they're calling you up into a whole nother level. I don't know what this is. I did see the music notes. Okay. Tallying things up, they said. They showed me the balance sheet there again. So it's like you're tallying something up, maybe weighing pros and cons as to, you know, how much energy am I investing in this? How much am I getting back? They're talking a lot about vital force energy here and resting. So I think you've been putting a lot into something, group number one, and they're showing me this. There's no hands on this clock, interestingly, but they're clairvoyantly showing me this clock like spinning, spinning, spinning. So it's like lots and lots of time has passed. And some of these numbers on the clock are upside down. So, or the whole clock is upside down. Is that what it is? Yeah, the whole clock is upside down. So it's kind of like time has been suspended. I'm almost getting like Hanged Man energy from that image, and you've put in so much that it's almost like the clock is now standing still. Maybe it feels like you're not moving or things aren't progressing, and I think there's something that needs to be let go of here. Something that maybe you've been attached to with those threads of fate, or something that you felt inexplicably pulled toward. Okay, this is interesting. They showed me the moon pricking the palm of her hand. The fate lines, they said. Okay, the fate lines. I think that's one of these ones here. Something, yeah, it's definitely, it's fate. But what else they were showing me with this was actually in the movie Sleeping Beauty, when Maleficent puts a spell, or she puts a curse on Aurora, and saying that on her 16th birthday, she'd prick her finger and fall into a death-like slumber. And then no matter how they try to avoid that, no matter how the fairies try to protect her, it's like that's in her fate, and it ends up working out that way. She ends up being inexplicably pulled toward the last spinning wheel, pricking her finger, and then falling asleep. But as we all know, happily ever after, true love conquers all. And Prince Charming, or whoever, Prince Philip, I think is that one, comes in and wakes her up and brings her back to life. So there's something here about your life force energy, sleep, something faded, and a soul gift that has maybe been repressed or has not seen the light of day. They just said, oh, and the sun, it has not seen the light of day. And now they're showing me the Cave of Wonders from Aladdin. What is up with all these Disney references? Does somebody here love Disney? They said there's codes in Disney movies for you, group number 1. Maybe that was something that you watched a lot as a kid like I did. I definitely resonate with a lot of the Disney stuff myself. So I was seeing Mickey earlier today, so I feel like maybe that's a synchronicity connected to this reading as well. Yeah, they're showing me like the Little Mermaid with the different sisters. Interesting. So something about your lineage or your soul family could be important here as well. But I just feel like there's something that's unavoidable, something that is fated, but it's not going to be bad, okay? It's not like this is a curse or something to avoid. It's just something that is, it's kind of like you need to like let go and accept it for what it is, and then you can move forward, and then you can move out of time. I just saw 11:11 on the recording time. Yeah. So it's an activation for sure. I was saying that before with the anointed, answering the call, empowerment, soul gifts, self-expression, vitality, success. I feel like you're fated for success, group number 1. So why does this feel like, why are they giving me analogies of this feeling like it's a curse or something? Because what I'm seeing here is actually something really beautiful, something really powerful, something really empowering. But there's some, it's like there's some aspect of you though that is seeing this as a threat or sees this as something dangerous. And I'm wondering why. Maybe it's from the past because they did, okay, yeah, the clock was in reverse. They're showing me what do you call it? Like a mannequin or like that thing that holds up the dresses. It could be something from like almost Victorian era because that's kind of the vibe I'm getting. Something, maybe you attempted something in a past life and it failed. Your luck didn't go your way, they just said. Luck didn't go your way, but you're getting a second chance, and this is fated. Oh, and you wrote this into your palm. Palmistry's been coming up in a couple of the most recent readings. It's pretty interesting. I pulled out my palmistry, the book that I have on it, and I'm starting to read up on it. So there's something here that's lighting the way. Your intuition is going to guide you. They want you to look into divinatory practices. I think that's why that's coming up, because it will enhance your intuition and it will get you into alignment and help you express your soul gift. Gifts, plural, I should say, group number 1, because I feel like you have more than one gift. Let me just say, I feel like you have like multiple gifts. You're multi-talented, triple threat. They just said triple threat. Okay, so like maybe you can sing, or maybe you're very good at designing or writing. Maybe you're good at math. Maybe you're really good at leading other people. Maybe you're beautiful and also psychic and very intuitive. Yeah, I looked up and it was 1333 on the time. That just feels like confirmation of what I just said there. Like you're very psychic and intuitive. You're beautiful, handsome, depending on, you know, what you resonate with. And there's multiple other talents that are there. So you're the best. They just said, yeah, you're the best. So there's something that you are the best at, and they want you to step into this. I'm noticing just like all these little hairs on the table. I don't know if it's because I turned up the lights and now I can actually just see them or what, but there's like all these little hairs. Maybe you're like scared of things not being perfect, group number 1. Maybe that's why there's this hesitancy to stepping into success and putting yourself out there and being seen, because it does feel like this has been kind of kept behind the scenes and it's fated. They just keep saying it's fated for it to come out. It needs to be public. It needs to be seen. It's meant to be shared. There's luck and success around this. But maybe there's the fear of competition. I think that comes from the past life. Fear of competition, that people are going to see you as a threat and then become threats to you. Does that make sense? Like, and so you've had this tendency to want to just hide behind closed doors, like hiding behind the scenes, keeping things on the down low and not wanting to share this. But they're like, the trumpets are blaring. They're showing me in the Anointed. They're showing me actually the Judgment card in the tarot in my mind. And it's like Archangel Gabriel blowing the trumpet and being like, it's time to wake up. It's time to wake up, Sleeping Beauty. Wow. Okay. They're saying it's unavoidable. Success is unavoidable, Group 1. I mean, okay. They're showing me the clouds parting in this card too. So I feel like the clouds are going to part and you're going to be able to see clearly what's going on here. They're showing me the stairway leading up as well. Oh, you know what they just showed me too? Isn't there like DreamWorks pictures where the guy is like fishing on the moon? Because they showed me this line that goes all the way down through here. I don't know if you can see it there on camera. There's actually a line that goes all the way down through, and then there's his that he's holding there. So it reminded me of DreamWorks, like fishing from the moon. Yeah, I'm getting really creative energy, and they said big screen, on the big screen. Could be even something to do with movies or storytelling, or yeah, I'm just getting really creative, very imaginative energy. Very, very imaginative energy. They said blessed, 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 and they showed me all the 4-leaf clovers. So it's blessed, it's super lucky. It's like you've got a shot here, kid. That's what they said. That's so funny. Why? It feels like 1950s. Like old Hollywood. Like you've just landed on the scene on the like the silver screen back when it was like that was a thing, and you're getting your big break. This is your big break, Group number 1. Maybe you're going to get recognized, maybe you're going to be scouted, maybe you're going to be discovered, you know, something like that. And it's just going to, if that's the case, it's just going to be when you're having fun, like when you're doing something you enjoy. Something that gives you vitality, that feels like play to you, something very intuitive as well, creative. Maybe it's the way you dress, maybe it's the way you speak, maybe it's the way you move your body, maybe it's what you say, I'm not sure, but you're going to be recognized. That's what I'm seeing, is that, and then you're going to have this opportunity to answer the call. I feel like you don't see this coming, Group number 1. They showed me these little, like, I think they're fires in the cloud, but it almost looked like, you know, like portals. And there's just like stuff coming out and you're like, what is that? I don't even know. You can't see what's going on there. So I feel like you don't see this coming, even though you're very intuitive, very psychic, very perceptive. Maybe you've done a lot of introspection on this, but it's kind of like it's been hidden behind the scenes, similar to what's been going on with your gifts here. But I think that's for a reason. I think it's because it's fated to unfold this way. They're showing me the veins in the clover leaf. It's like there's different pathways that this needed to take. And so there were certain things that you could be told and certain things that you couldn't. Otherwise, it would interfere. And they said postpone. It would have postponed it if they'd told you things outright. So they had to keep things secret from you. But you're stepping up now. They're showing me, I think this is Horus, the hawk-headed god. Is that Horus? Is that what that is, you guys? And what does he rule? I don't know. This feels like sacred ritual or a sacred rite of passage. They're showing me the ecstatic dancing here too. It feels very sacred. Whatever this is, it feels very sacred. And this is a soul lineage progression that has been going on for many, many lifetimes, because they're showing me layers and layers and layers of this, Group number 1. Like there's all the way from ancient Egypt. They were showing me something from like the 18 or 1900s. They were showing me things from the 1950s. We had references from the early 80s and 90s with Disney. So I feel like this has been going on for a long, long time. You're a very wise soul. That's what the Hermit is. Like he's He's the old man. He has all this wisdom. So, you know, you might be, it doesn't really matter what age you are, but you're wise at soul level. You're an old soul group 1. You're an experienced soul. And this is why you're being kind of called up into the big leagues now. It's like they keep saying it's your time to shine. It's your time to shine. The time is now. The time is right. You're blossoming. You're blooming. You're glowing up. Literally, your auric field is glowing, radiating. You're going to attract attention from the right people, they said. They said, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Face your fears. She's holding the moon in her hand. Control your fears, roping that moon in, pulling it, you know? You, through the sun and the moon, you're able to balance these things out. Consciousness, consciously facing those fears and addressing the past life imprints that may still be driving or feeding those fears is going to help you overcome this. And you're going to step into a leadership position where you're going to be very, very successful, group number 1. All right, you're going to blossom and bloom, and you're going to be seen and appreciated as the blessing that you are. So that is what I have for you today, group 1. Thank you so much for being here. I hope the reading helped or resonated in some way. Let me know if it did in the comments below. Like the video if it did resonate, or if you liked it, if you want to claim this energy for yourself. But if it's faded, you know, it's yours either way. All right, guys, I love you, and we'll see you in the next reading. Bye. All right, hi group 2, welcome to your reading. You guys chose this particular pile. I feel like your candle is going to go out soon, so I'll try to keep an eye on that and relight it when it does. I don't know why I just felt called to talk about that. Maybe there's something to do with that in the cards. Something about like needing to replace something, something fading out, being mindful of it. Yeah, okay, let's find out. I don't know what your cards are going to say. Trust the seasons, embracing change, cycles of life, transition, and growth. Okay, yeah, right away. I did not look at these cards, you guys. I lay them out face down every time, and I do it on camera because I like to see how things unfold, and I want to learn as I go. So this is what they're talking about here. It's like cycles, right? Transitioning, taking something old out, putting something new in, trusting those seasons in your life. Embracing those changes. It's like, it's okay. It's completely normal. The candle fades, you know, the leaves fall. The spring brings new seeds and new blooms and new blossoms. So it's being able to recognize those times in your life and not becoming attached. That's what I'm feeling, like not becoming attached to the way that things were in one particular phase of the cycle, just letting yourself go through all of them, all the phases. The bloom, no way. I was just talking about blooming. Okay, creations realized, the right time, harvest and celebrate. So I think you're about to go through a transition right now, group number 2, where something old fades and then you're replacing it, and it's like fresh, it's brand new, and it's blooming. It's the perfect time to see growth. This cycle is bringing in harvest. You're going to be celebrating. You're going to love this. Oh, soulmates, this could be to do with love. You have the key. There's so many roses. There's like, oh no, they're hearts, but they looked like rose petals here, and there's like red roses above her head. There could be something to do around something, yeah, something connected to Valentine's Day, or just love in general is important in this next cycle of your life. Loyal heart. Wow. Okay. So the fact that these two cards came up together, this is definitely soulmate connection. This is, I mean, we have literally the soulmate card, but especially with loyal heart here, this is the blooming of a relationship. Maybe it's a new relationship that you've not met this person before. But it's like they're your perfect match. They're your mate is what Spirit just said, your mate. And they said, look, the two birds, they're mated. If this is somebody you're already with, you're already coupled up with, this is going to be a new season of your relationship. You're really there's some transitions that are happening, some changes, but it's really going to help you to bloom, and it's the right time to harvest something. Maybe you're really seeing the loyalty in this relationship returned to you, or maybe you're seeing something expand. I just noticed 35 and 41. Those could be dates or ages, like May 3rd. March 5th, April 1st, April Fool's Day. I already mentioned Valentine's Day could be significant as well, or these could be ages 35, 41 years old. Never doubt your instinct. The Mount of Venus did come up, and this card itself did come up in group number 2's reading of my most recent Soulmates reading. And I feel called to mention that here because I almost did use the word twin flame in this reading so far, group number 2, but I kind of stopped myself. And now that this card's here, I'm like, why did I stop myself? That's what my intuition was telling me. That's what my instincts were telling me, and I doubted it. So it feels like confirmation of that, and also of the fact that I think that reading has some messages in it for you. And if you already watched it, how cool was that? There was an orb that went through that video. So I would watch it just for that, even if but I think there's going to be some messages there for you, group 2. Yeah, they're showing me the fortune cookie. So yeah, there's some luck here. You are going to be guided to this love. Like they keep showing me the line of the heart. Yeah. Mount of Venus, Soulmates, Loyal Heart. This is like a love reading, group number 2. Okay. Okay, so trust the seasons. This is time for love. The 9 of Voices. Maybe there's been some fear. But I actually love this card in this deck. I love this tarot deck. Thank you so much to the donor who sent this in to us. The 9 of Voices is the 9 of Swords, and in the traditional tarot, this is about like sleepless nights and lacking rest and anxiety and, you know, mental distortions and disturbances. And in this card, it's so peaceful, it's so placid, it's so calm. And so I feel like maybe where there once was fear around this change or around these transitions or this new growth, maybe it felt at one time that it would have been vulnerable to break the surface and to bloom. Now, I think that's not going to be the case. I think you're going to embrace this, and it's going to actually be really peaceful and rejuvenating for you. The Devil card. Wow. There was definitely some fear here. The moon line, and they said the line of the sun as well. They're showing me all of the keys. Like there's a key here, and there's 2 keys here. I feel like you have, oh, they said the keys to many people's hearts. You have the keys to many people's hearts. And maybe you felt like you were trapped in old relationships or old patterns within, they said patterns within relationships. And I think this new cycle is taking you out of that. It's time for it to die. It's time for it to end, getting closure. And the Devil card here, I feel like facing your fears is important. But I feel like in facing those fears, there's peace. So maybe it's like facing the fear of your loved one passing away or leaving you or something like that. I'm talking like hypothetically, right? I don't think this is what's happening here. I'm just saying like maybe that's an unconscious fear that has been guiding your hand and causing you to have anxiety or doubt or to resist being in connections that would maybe make you feel vulnerable in this way. Afraid of loss, they said, yeah. Handle with care. It's like maybe you have not been handled with care, group number 2. Yeah, that's what they're showing me. And maybe there has been relationships that you were in the past where you ignored your instincts, you ignored those red flags, and then you ended up being, they did just give me the word abused, okay? So only take that if that resonates. There's multiple different forms of abuse. Anything from gaslighting to emotional things like blame and resentment, all the way up to physical abuse or psychological manipulation. So there's many different forms of abuse here, but I feel like you may have faced some fears or will be facing some fears around these past experiences if that was the case. And actually, you know, blooming and blossoming into a new cycle where the soulmate that you're attracting now is very loyal and is not embodying this distorted energy. I'm seeing transformation. Wow. The Tower card. And in a relationship reading, especially with the Devil, this is like the burning building that this was actually a straight up synchronicity that Spirit showed me. This was a symbol that they showed me when I was in a really toxic relationship that was bad for me. They were showing me a burning house, and I thought it was literal. I started packing a to-go bag just in case I needed to get out in the middle of the night. And then I realized after all was said and done, when I finally moved out and ended the relationship, that what Spirit was saying was you needed to get out of the relationship, and quite literally I needed to move houses to get out of it. But that's what they're saying here. It's kind of like that, you know. There's been some relationships where you maybe had to like duck and run, or you had to escape because they were so toxic and dysfunctional for you. Yeah, cut and run. That was, yeah. And that's the Page of Swords with his sword. So, ooh, okay. But the energy that I'm getting here, group number 2, is I don't think this is going to repeat. I feel like there was some toxic cycles that were going on, but now it's the right time for something better. I feel like you still may be tested though, group number 2. I got to tell you that, all right? I feel like you may be tested. There may be some people who come in. Let's say, for example, you're single and someone approaches you and starts talking you up, and they seem really, really nice and blah, blah, blah. But something about them sets off your instincts, like your body just reacts. Pay attention, because I think that you will be tested with like a false twin or a false soulmate that is just kind of like that final clincher in the lesson to show you that you can trust yourself once and for all, that you're not going to choose that type of thing anymore, and that only the righteous have the key to your heart. That's the phrase they just used. Only the righteous have the key to your heart. So now you're able to say no, you're able to walk away, you're able to cut things off that are not for you. You're loyal to yourself first and foremost, and then to people who are loyal to you. And if you're in a relationship right now, and it feels like this is not working, this is a separate message. But if this is your situation, if you feel like this relationship is not working and it's time to go, they are saying trust your instincts, because it's time for this transition where you can come out of the relationship and heal and be free and bloom on your own and go through a glow up. You know, when you like get out of a really toxic relationship and then you go through a glow up? That's what happened to me. Like, I lost 20 pounds, my skin cleared up, I felt so much more energized when I got out of that relationship. I felt so much safer in my own skin. Everything just got better. So I feel like this is kind of also a potential depending on your situation. But ultimately, I see love here being a major focus for you, group number 2. Whether it's choosing to love yourself unconditionally and walking away from people who aren't able to do that for you or with you, being able to let go, or whether it's moving on or away from those cycles of the past and entering into new committed relationships where things are a lot more stable, balanced, equal. I feel both energies there, so I'm leaving it in your hands to interpret it based on your situation. But I feel like you've done a good job here, group number 2, in discerning. That's, I think, one of the big things here that was part of this cycle, or part of the old cycle, depending on where you're at, about discerning who deserves your loyalty and who doesn't. And I think first and foremost, as I was saying, the person who deserves your loyalty the most is you. You deserve to be loyal to you, which means protecting yourself from people that are potentially toxic or dysfunctional or would cause you undue stress or anxiety. They keep saying trust your body. Your body knows. And I remember when I was in the previous toxic relationship before the one I just left. I've been in many, okay? Yeah. And I remember talking to my therapist and he was like, how does it feel in your body? And I was like, I don't know. He was like, let's just tune in. And everything was tight. Everything was clenched. My stomach had like a pit in it. My shoulders were tensed. And I had never even noticed that. This was years ago. And I was like, whoa, yeah, this doesn't feel good. That doesn't feel safe. And then he's like, now imagine your partner coming home. What does your body do? And I immediately felt it tense even more. And it was just like my body was telling me this isn't safe. Doesn't feel safe. Can't relax around this person. Got to walk on eggshells. You never know when they're going to explode. And there's something about that here, group number 2. So if you find yourself in that situation, whether it was in the past or now or in the future, they want you to really know that you can trust your body to tell you when something is unsafe. And you can also trust your body to help you to heal and to bloom and realize the right people who are meant to be in your life or who deserve to be in your life. It doesn't even mean they need to be there, but they need to earn the right to your loyalty and to your presence and to connection with you. Make people earn the right to love you and to be in your life, okay? That's really what I'm seeing here. They're showing me a guiding star. It's specifically this one star. I don't know why that one star just stood out to me, and they said guiding star in my head. And then they showed me these like gates out of hell in the background. So I feel like you guys are following your guiding star, which is almost like your intuition, your instinct, your inner knowing, and you're getting yourself out of hell. Seriously leveling up is what I'm hearing. Seriously leveling up. You're getting yourself out of the fog, out of the distortions. That cycle is ending, group number 2. And it's ending for good, they just said. And they're showing me her mala beads on her necklace. I think that's what those are. Or her necklace, this one here just reminded me of like mala beads, meditation beads. So there's something like you're more centered now. You're more connected. You're more intuitively aligned. You're taking care of yourself. Your thoughts are clearer. The distortions, they're showing me all the gray background in this card. It's like it's clearing up. The fog is lifting. Nobody's going to be able to deceive you again because you're connected to yourself now. You're very clear in what you know you deserve and what you know you don't. So you're going to bloom and you're going to blossom and you're going to expand and you're going to be safe to be soft is what I just heard. Safe to be soft. Handle with care. It's okay to be delicate. You just have to entrust that delicacy to the right people who are not going to manhandle it or mishandle it, I should say. So let yourself be soft and flowing like this beautiful chiffon scarf or silk scarf. Let yourself flow in that grace that you are. And know that if somebody mistreats you, they're not the one, period. End of story. Doesn't matter if they're a quote-unquote soulmate or twin flame. If they mistreat you, they are not the one. End of story. You walk away. You do not tolerate crap from anyone. Trust me, I have endured a lifetime of it, and I've had enough, and I don't want that for you either, group number 2. I don't want that for anyone. Your fortunes are much improved. That's what they said. Your fortunes are much improved. And they did show us that earlier as well. So they're just kind of reconfirming that it's different now. It's not going to be the same old story. Things are different now. They're showing me it knitting together like lace or crochet. Things coming together. The pattern will be discernible. That could be, yeah. You'll be able to see the patterns and recognize them, and you spot it right away and go, oh, no, never mind. Or, oh, yeah, that's healthy. I just see a lot more clarity, a lot more clarity of yourself, a lot more clarity of other people and their motivations and their actions. And even if their actions are good, you can tell intuitively because your body will tell you. Like somebody could come up and smile at you and be so charming, and your body will have these alarm bells going off, you know, and you trust that, and you GTFO, because you don't need to know why your body's telling you that. You just listen if it tells you that, you know, because you never know. Maybe that's like a freaking Charles Manson situation where, you know, there's something creepy like that, where somebody has ill intentions. And, you know, it's always the stories of somebody who trusted their instincts and got out of there. Those are the survivors. So trust your instincts. They're built into the system for a reason. I don't think that's going to happen, group 3, okay? That's not a prediction. I'm just saying, like, as an example, your body is hardwired to protect you, so pay attention to those signals, especially if they're not, if they've not steered you wrong before, right? Yeah, trust yourself, trust yourself. They just keep saying, trust yourself. Well, we've made it through pretty much the whole reading and this candle hasn't gone out, but I feel like it's going to. So I think it was just kind of saying like this cycle is ending and it's bringing a transition, and you will have like a replacement. Maybe if it's somebody who's leaving your life, there's going to be somebody else better who's coming in, somebody who's more aligned, where this foundation can be a lot more stable. And if you're not with anyone right now, this is just you getting out of an old cycle or pattern of karmic relationships that were really toxic. And you're coming into a new cycle of karma, which is clear and open and fresh. You know, it's like fresh and new, and you're going to be able to really enjoy it. All right, group number 2, that is what I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed the reading. If you're still here, then it must have resonated in some way. But if it didn't, and if it wasn't like you didn't want to love a reading, go check out the other groups. I probably should have said that earlier. But anyway, we're all done now. I love you guys for being here. Thank you so much. And we'll see you in the next reading. Bye. All right. Hi, group number 3. Welcome to your reading. Let's find out what Spirit wants to talk to you about today. You have come to me, attracting like a rose, receive abundance and desires. Okay, so this feels like you are stepping into a receptive energy where you're going to see a lot coming in. Sophia, oh my God. Okay, sorry guys, I just got to take a second because I saw the hummingbirds, which are my mom's spirit animal. And she always told me, you know, when she got diagnosed with cancer, she told me she was going to send me hummingbirds to let me know that she was around me. And she does. All the time she does. And her name is Sophia. So my mom's here. Thank you, Mom. My mom wants to bless you, group number 3. She wants to bless you with some kind of abundance. Regeneration, healing, divine plan, wisdom, intelligence within, and destiny. I'm seeing so much magic, like sparkles, magic, all through. Higher power, oh my God. Wow, group number 3, you got my mom's blessing. You're all right with me. Look at this. I'm blown away how powerful this is. And my mom sometimes comes through in readings, but never this strongly. Ordinary is often extraordinary. It is indeed, especially when you do this kind of work. It's a blessing. I love it. I absolutely love it. 8 of Voices. Okay. They said divine intelligence. And they did say that I noticed set your mind to it in this card. And then the 8 of Voices is about the mind. And it's like getting free in the mind. Needing to get free in the mind. There's a higher power intervening in your life, group number 3. It's destiny. Yeah. Queen of Inspiration. the intelligence within, it's like you're gaining some level of divine consciousness that's helping you to regenerate and to heal, especially if the environment has not been ideal. That's what I'm seeing with like the lava and that tree just managing to grow anyway. And because you can like magically manifest abundance to yourself. I love that there's also a bee in this. Look, there's a little bee there. I'm the bee and my mom's the hummingbird. You guys we can't make this shit up. This is so amazing. Oh wow. The Wheel of Fortune, that's destiny, and you had destiny here in Sophia. Oh my God. What is this? It's divinely ordained, they just said. Divinely ordained regeneration. It's a divine plan. The Hierophant. Yeah, talk about divine. Oh my God. And my mom was a Taurus sun, Leo moon, Leo rising. We've got Queen of Inspiration, which rules Leo, and we have Taurus here with the Hierophant. Just, you know, like, okay, yeah. So my mom has a message for you, group number 3, and she's telling you that there's something here that is going to be divinely orchestrated in your life. You're going to see a massive regeneration in your consciousness, your expansion of yourself. You're going to go from blind and in the matrix to awake and in full control. On some level. I mean, I think you've probably gone through already like previous layers of this, but it's like a whole nother level. They're actually showing me Neo in the Matrix in my mind right now, clairvoyantly. And it's that moment where he starts seeing the binary code of the Matrix and he gains full power and he's able to like flex and like the Matrix just expands around him. And then all of the Mr. Smiths start firing their guns at him and he just like stops the bullets in midair and they're like, oh shit. You are stepping into some serious level divine power, divine intelligence, divine wisdom, group number 3. And I'm seeing it to do with your abundance, your desires, your manifestation ability as well, and your ability to heal. I think those are kind of like two sides of the same coin here. I am seeing a lot of wealth, abundance, and prosperity. So if resources have been dwindling, it's like you can level that up super quickly. You can fix it. They said, David, there's like Davis hardware in the background here. You can fix it. You can fix something. You can repair it. It will regenerate. You can do it. Yeah, you can do it. Set your mind to it. Believe it. Achieve it. Work hard. You're gonna see something pay off. You're gonna see something pay off big. Okay? Wow. So I see a lot of growth and I'm seeing all the flowers and blooming here. I feel like there's going to be something significantly manifesting for you in the springtime, group 3. So maybe in May, because I did mention Taurus. It could also be in the summertime. I mentioned Leo, so that could be in August, May, or August could be significant. Yeah, I'm seeing you breaking out of a trap, group number 3. Like where you felt stuck before, you're breaking out of the trap. Oh, wow. They just showed me. Look at these 2 cards. They have the same posture. They're both throwing their heads back. So there could be something about the throat chakra. Yeah, throat chakra, high heart. It's like you're freeing yourself in some way and you're kind of just like letting things flow. That's what it feels like. You're surrendering. That's the sense I get. Whether it's to the good or the bad, it helps you to transcend. You just surrender and then you transcend, and that's where I think all of that power comes from. And then there's like miraculous level healing. There's consciousness that opens up. Because they were showing me okay, look. There's a key here right above where it says set your mind to it. And then you've got the keyhole there in the third eye on the higher power card. So it feels like you're going to have the key. The key is to set your mind to it and you're going to be accessing a higher power in terms of this divine intelligence that you're tapping into. And then you're going to be able to transcend the matrix, like the matrix of the mind. Yeah, they're pointing to the third eye here too. Look, you're transcending the matrix of the mind and freeing yourself. I think you're going to be learning a lot here too. You're going to be receiving a lot of information is what they're showing me, like transmissions, downloads. Yeah, downloads, because they showed me Neo in the when he's out of the matrix, but he's like downloading information on the ship. You know, he's like, I want to learn karate or kung fu or whatever, and they just download it into him, and he's like, now I'm a master. Yeah, so it's like you're going to be receiving a lot of downloads, a lot of information, energy upgrades, energy up levels, spiritual wisdom, embodied wisdom. They said embodied, like you're actually going to be, it's not just the information, it's not just the knowledge, it's like it's already pre-assembled into wisdom somehow. It's like your soul is just ready for that. Wow. I think your soul already has this wisdom, and it's just becoming accessible to you because you're setting your mind to it. Yeah. And it's guaranteed to be strictly high grade. Yes, it is. The ordinary is going to be extraordinary. It already is extraordinary. Yeah, so I see a lot of magic coming in, a lot of power, a lot of personal power here. So much expansion. I see wisdom from different worlds. They actually showed me these pyramids here, and then they showed me that they weren't here from Earth. They were like, these are pyramids from elsewhere. Could be on Sirius. Yeah, Syrian star seeds. Candles about to go out. Knowledge, wisdom, transcendence, empowerment, energy, manifestation power, determination, courage, like overcoming challenges, seeing the truth of the situation, seeing things work out for you in a very blessed way, connecting to that divine intelligence within that higher power that is you, to transcend, like they keep giving me the word transcend, any limitations, perceived shortcomings, areas that you were stuck, things that felt challenging or difficult, or where you couldn't see the path forward, or where you felt trapped in old cycles or loops of thought. All of these things are going because there's something that's catalyzed it. I'm not sure what it is, but it feels almost like maybe you just said that's enough and you set your mind to something new. You believed you could. I think it's to do with belief, because that's the one they're pointing me to here. You believed you could. You put in the work. You did something action-wise to get this moving. And now Spirit, and specifically my mom, are here telling you that now is the time to really reap the rewards of all of that hard work and that determination and that persistence to pursue this higher path, this spiritual ascension journey, this dedication to your craft, they just said. So this could be work related, but I'm feeling it more like your soul craft, like not really your work in terms of human stuff. Like this is very, very soul level. This is very divine. Your craft as a soul, to develop yourself, to evolve, to embody. Yeah, to channel, to be that higher power in the flesh. Yeah, they said, you're the one, Neo. You're the one, and you're meant to break out of the matrix. You're meant to do this. And my eyes just got itchy. And the candle's about to go out, like it's got this teeny tiny little flame left. So I feel like there was something that was, it may have felt like it was dwindling for a while and you weren't seeing something clearly. This is going to be like a huge expansion for you. I think you got used to like a dampened down energy group number 3. And that's what you thought was possible. It's like you kind of hit that glass ceiling and you were like, well, I guess there's nowhere else I can go from here. but you didn't realize that that glass ceiling was a floor. You just come up against the floor, and somehow you managed to break through that floor. Maybe it was through sheer will, maybe it was through effort, maybe it was through belief, you know, or all of the above. And you somehow managed to like phase through that glass ceiling slash floor, finding yourself now at this new stage. And the candle went out, yeah. They were like, you don't even need the candle. You are the flame. You are the light, group number 3. And you're about to level up in a way that you've never experienced before. And what you thought was the glass ceiling, like I said, is going to be the floor on which you launch yourself upward. Yeah, they just keep telling me it's time, it's time, it's time, divine plan, divine plan, divine plan. And it says that divine plan right there in that card anyway. So, yeah. Okay, they're telling me that there's going to be an opportunity, group number 3. An opportunity for a new cycle of growth. Okay, and they're talking about miraculous healing. They're talking about determination, pursuing your goals, they said. Yeah, pursuing your goals, going after what you want, and then being able to receive, like being surrendered. So it's this interesting kind of balance of energy where you're in the masculine and the feminine polarity simultaneously. So the masculine initiates and persists and is determined and takes action, and then the feminine is able to surrender and detach and just open up and flow and receive. So it's like these two polarities are balanced, and you're using them in tandem at the same time to accomplish this goal. And again, it's all part of the divine plan. So this is like pre-orchestrated, highly destined, and it's going to result in some kind of miraculous healing or growth. This could even be physical healing, group 3, because they just showed me the sunflower, like not the sunflower, but like the sunflower from Tangled, the movie Tangled, Rapunzel. And, you know, it's like the flower that has healing and regenerative powers. And it's through that, a making of the tonic of that flower, that Rapunzel got the gifts that she had in her hair. So there could be something to do with the mother, because the mother in that movie was sick. The queen was sick. So they found that flower with the healing powers. Flower power. And then they brought it to her, made her a tonic. She drank it while she was still pregnant with Rapunzel. And then when Rapunzel was born, she had the golden hair. And that's what could help regenerate. So there's something here about like miraculous healing powers, transcending the matrix, part of this divine plan, the lineage, mother energy. Obviously, my mom is here. Wow. They said higher power mastery, higher power mastery. The fire within, the flame within, the light within. And they just keep saying the word transcendence. Okay, are there any other messages, Spirit or Mom, that you want to bring through? Yeah, there's 2 keys here on the Hierophant card as well. So I feel like there's a lot of sacred keys that you're getting from, I just heard sacred texts. Okay, so you could actually be like reading or studying something or teaching something in regard to a higher power. Maybe you're reading different biblical things around miraculous healing, because Jesus was kind of like Neo, or Neo was like Jesus, I should say. It's like the archetype, right? Yeah, they said something about sacred texts. So I would just let your intuition guide you to the particular information that's going to be an activator, because it's like there's certain keys, there's certain codes that are being downloaded or activated, and some of those might be mirrored back through sacred texts or like hidden information, esoteric scrolls. I don't know, they're showing me like scrolls, they're showing me the Torah. I've never read the Torah, so I don't know. And then they're showing me this DNA spiral. it kind of goes up through the back here and up here. So there's something about the lineage. They were showing us that, like that story. So lineage, mother's lineage perhaps is important here. Yeah, they said holy line, holy line. And they said it's written in the texts. I don't know what that means, group number 3. Maybe you come from a holy line and it's written in the texts. I don't know if that's meant to be taken literally or not. You never know with spirit. It can go either way. But there's some kind of information you're meant to receive, some kind of wisdom, some kind of intelligence download that connects you to this higher power within you. It's like it reawakens it in you. It turns it back online. And then from there, you're able to transcend and break through. That's what I'm seeing. Your mind becomes unstoppable, they said. Your mind is unstoppable. Whoa. Okay. And they're showing me the letters on this one, the letters on the wheel. I've never actually, I don't know what those represent. I should know that. I'm going to look that up after. Is that Hebrew? Because that's the word I heard in my head, Hebrew. I think the Torah is Hebrew. Huh. Yeah, they said Jerusalem, and they showed me the pyramids, but the pyramids aren't in Jerusalem. I don't understand the connection between those two. The holy city, that's what they said was the holy city. That was their answer to my question. I don't understand what that means, Spirit. They're like, holy city. Okay, great, thanks, but what does that mean? And they said king's pulpit. King's pulpit. The great leader. Maybe that was a pharaoh? What? They said, don't worry about the details. These are download keys. Oh, okay. It's like encrypted files that you're being given access to, group number 3, that we are being given access to, because they just, they said we. They corrected me. Okay, they took me back to believe it, to achieve it, and then work hard. And then they said receive and attracting. Okay, so I think that this is going to be a download around replacing the old adage of like, you got to work hard to get what you want. And instead moving into an energy of, if you are in the right flow, if you are in that higher mind, everything comes to you. You can just create it with some effort, but it's really just mental effort and a little bit of action that aligns with that. But mostly it's just being able to like pull it into your reality. Create it, literally create it. Yeah, I think there's some Syrian energy. They're bringing me back to that again because they just showed me my synchronicities journal. They pulled my eye over here and they showed me the blue star. I don't know if that's blue or purple. You guys know I'm colorblind, but they showed me that. And that the blue star is Sirius. Sirius, I can't remember if Sirius A or B is blue, but I remember one time when I was on Sirius in my astral body, it was really cool because the whole planet, the atmosphere was blue. You know, here when you go outside and the sun is shining and it's kind of like yellowy, it wasn't like that. It was bright. It was daytime, but it was like everything was kind of purpley blue. Again, colorblind. I can't tell the difference between purple and blue very well, but it was really cool to me to see that. And they're talking about Sirius here. They're talking about Sirius A and B specifically, both of them. Okay, so there's Syrian downloads. Higher consciousness downloads, DNA lineage downloads, healing downloads, manifestation downloads. Like this is just a whole packet of downloads for you, group number 3. So I think that's it. They said take it and go. What is that from? Take it and go. Take it and go. It's like from, I think that was Seinfeld or something. Anyway, so yeah, this is an extraordinary reading, group number 3. Thank you for being with me here through it. I really appreciate your presence here. Thank you, Mom, for being here delivering these messages to us. And thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Higher Power. Thank you to the Divine. All right, much love, guys, and we will see you in the next reading. Bye.